All right, people, spread the word. We're gonna party until I collapse because I haven't slept in 3 days. I'm gonna try to get Justin on the line. You guys have no idea how impressed I am. Werewolves be alive, am I right? That is amazing, Tessa Bean. That is amazing. I'm gonna hit up Justin and see if he can join us. Yeah. All right. First things first. We have to watch this awesome sauce.
So, if you were going to turn into an animal, what would it be?
For what purpose? Like just to roam the plains for a day?
All of a sudden, on your door comes a gentle rapping.
Oh, it's a monkey paw.
It's me, the animal fairy.
I don't want no animal fairy.
So, all right, animal fairy walks in. Animal fairy is dressed in tattered rags. He looks like a homeless person. And
I'm pretty sure this is a homeless person.
He's got one glass eye that spins around whimsically,
like
fucking
Mad Eye Moody.
Eye Moody.
Sure.
I'm the animal fairy. I've got magic powers.
Okay, what's up, animal fairy? What can I do for you?
Well, first off, do you have any food?
No, I don't. I'm going to shut the door on your face now.
Too bad. By the way, when I said your door, I meant your bedroom door, not your front door. I've already been through your fridge and I've ate food. I was testing your honesty because what I'm going to do is give you a magical gift.
Yeah, all right. What is it?
I'm going to turn you into an animal for one day.
Does it have to happen right now? Do I have to be it for the whole time?
Right now, it begins.
Octopus?
You have 5 seconds to choose. Mind you, here are the rules.
Oh, okay.
You become the animal here,
and
then I leave. By the way, I get very nervous in confined spaces, and I've already broken a window to crawl out of.
All right.
Nobody will know that you're the animal, and you will turn back magically in 24 hours.
Man, I want to say an elk. Like, I'd just be an elk. Like, have the family come home.
What the fuck? It's midnight, Brian. You have 3 daughters and a wife, and an elk's gonna be running around?
Just
You're
hanging
gonna
out.
get killed. This is the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my entire tenure as Animal Fairy.
All right, no, I'm sorry. I said elk, but I didn't mean it. I didn't mean... In fact, I guess I don't...
Do you have any liquor?
I do. It's in the cabinet.
No, don't worry. I already got mine.
Okay,
Again,
alright.
I'm testing you.
Okay, all right.
Because you're the one who's about to go on a journey that is going to tell you more about yourself than the animal kingdom.
So I guess I won't get out if I'm a dog.
Animals know true truths.
They do? Can they tell lies?
Maybe. We'll find out.
Why would I not...
Animal fairies here to teach you.
All right. Can I...
Okay. Have you been working out?
I'm fine,
Animal
thank you.
fairies.
Please don't touch the animal
I'm
fairy.
just saying. There's 2 words in the name Animal Fairy. One's animals, because I'm turning you into an animal. I'll let you figure out the rest.
Yes, of course, the other fairy. What about an animal fairy? Can I become an animal fairy?
If I ever heard a dumber thing in my entire life, I'd turn myself into a squid and poop in my own face.
What?
Shut up! Pick a fucking animal.
All right, fine. I guess it would have to be...
Before I turn you into a shih tzu and then shit on you. It's me, the animal.
It's gonna be a kangaroo. Kangaroo, I feel like they wouldn't kill on sight because that's the only thing that matters. If it's a dog, random dog, they wake up. There's a random dog there. They're gonna kill that random dog. If it's a bug, they're gonna squash a random bug. If it's a snake, they're gonna kill a snake. There's literally no animal that I would tolerate being inside this house that I would not kill on sight, except maybe a kangaroo.
So you think a kangaroo is gonna be what they want to see when their husband and father has apparently been kidnapped and is not responding to his cell phone?
It's a big enough mystery they'd stop, right?
And say what?
Wait, can I be a dinosaur?
Maybe.
Ha! Dude, then full-on velociraptor me up.
I didn't know you could get dumber.
Why is that a bad idea?
Because that's not gonna get killed.
An ankylosaur. I'll be an ankylosaur.
Now we're talking.
Triceratops. Triceratops. That's final call. Triceratops.
All right, but we're going outside.
Okay, let's go outside.
So you go outside. Animal Fairy turns you into a Triceratops.
Yeah.
You're shot on sight.
God damn it.
No, I mean, like, what do you think would happen? Like, if all of a sudden, like, a Triceratops shows up, like, you are a Triceratops.
I think it would be shot on sight. I think that, and I mean this sincerely, like anything.
Fox News alert.
Weird
for
enough.
real.
Yeah, weird enough.
Boom.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, I didn't realize that this was in
Yeah.
720p.
Fox News alert from Austin, Texas, and what appears to be a Triceratops. We all remember from that one time it shit itself in Jurassic Park.
What about Diplodocus? Wait, did it shit itself in the...
That was
that
when
a
what's her face was like fucking digging through the shit and
Oh,
everything,
yeah.
and she's all like, "Oh my god, I love Triceratops shit."
Dude, I go on full on like Diplodocus or whatever. Give me...
Diplodocus?
Yeah, sure. Diplodouble-dong-dasticle. That's what I call him to my daughter when I explain dinosaurs to her.
You know this one because it's got 2 dicks, right? Take that
Well,
shit to preschool. Love Triceratops shit.
We have to hide. Dude, go on full on like Diplodocus or whatever. Give me...
Diplodocus?
Yeah, sure. Diplodouble-dong-dasticle. That's what I call him to my daughter when I explain dinosaurs to her.
You know this one because it's got 2 dicks, right? Take that shit to preschool.
Oh my god, look, I haven't even centered this or fixed it or nothing. I'm just too excited, too happy for by half. Let me move this craps over here. And then there we go. Okay.
it's private property, of course. In that case, we refrain.
Oh my gosh. Dude, so what's the latest? What do we hit? We hit 35. We were briefly ahead of Macklemore.
To each town.
Macklemore. And I'll tell you what, I would not normally do this, but I hit up my my magic show email list, the marketing list that I've been building forever. And let me see where we're at. Oh yeah, I forgot to. Hold on, I gotta show you the letter I got from my mom. Hey Penelope, come on in. What did you know? You knew this song?
I says, by the way, my wife baked you this cake. Congratulations on your daughter's wedding. I sincerely wish them the best. With a well-mannered riders, we ride on the open plain.
I like it as a scarf.
Unless it's private property, of course. In that case, we refrain.
You mean necklace?
In a
Sure.
polite way.
You want to talk in there?
I won a fish at the fair yesterday.
Of leather.
Yeah.
Brown with brown.
All right, really?
I won a fish at the fair
Is this what it's gonna be?
Let's ride.
I won a fish at the fair yesterday.
You want to fish at the fair? What's the fish's name?
Bubble breath.
Bubble Breath?
Out west to the town of El Paso. We all rode to the
Tomorrow I'm going to the fair.
whistling tunes.
You're gonna win a fish at the fair?
If I can't,
And we
I
found
want
Bob's
to.
horse.
Yeah,
Double
so today we got 2 friends with it. I named the fish that I got first friend Blacktail, and then Josie named the fish that she got first friend. Get my
to the
tongue.
bar, I order a round of orange.
Here, you want to see your tongue?
I don't drink while I'm on the job, nor do I allow the men to. Bad Bart is in the corner, no coaster for his drink.
Why is your tongue orange?
Looks like
I
a
shot him
flea
down.
popsicle. Flea push-up.
3 push-ups? Is that why? All right.
Tipped the wait staff rather well.
All right, look, you girls.
Held the door open for an old lady.
I'm not even really working. I can't even make that an excuse.
Hey, and we also got made the tank that we already had because we already got the tank from Earth. We had goldfish, and we made it really cool because we got 2 new things, 3 new things, 2 things that they can swim through, and a plant. So, and our thing has a light in it. And it's really cool. I can't wait. And it's really cool. So we have the fish down there, and they're happy. So I really like my fish because I was like 5. Because I asked Mama, I was like, it's $5. It's $1 for $5 balls, and I was like, I threw 5 and they didn't go in, and then the last one I threw it and it went in there, and I was like, yes, and Mama was like, no. So it was really funny.
Yeah, no. This is it's mine, but you can hold on to it for a bit.
I gave it to her.
All right, off you girls go off to bed. I love you.
I was telling them about my fish.
I think they heard all about it. They liked it. Why does your finger smell so bad?
I got a toothbrush at the
Go
fair.
out.
I got a toothbrush at the parade.
All right, off you go. Go.
Somebody says he wants to hear more about the fish.
All right, out.
Someone says he wanted some more.
All right, that's it. I'm shutting it off.
Someone says he not.
I'm shutting it off. Get out of here. Go.
They want to hear more about the fish.
5,
Look,
4,
I want to hear
3,
more about the fish.
2,
Ow, you just stepped on my
1.
toe.
All right, I'm gonna shut
They
it
want to
down.
hear
You
more about the fish.
Go. I'll tell them all about it. Oh my gosh. He's such a tyrant. That is my problem. I'm too hard on him. Had an idea for a weird shot I could do. Let's see if I can do it. Whenever I'll get serious, I'll be all like, I'll say, and another thing, when I look at these other comedy albums, I have no tolerance for them. Don't you understand? This is NSFW. We're something more.
She sent it over to me, said, I know it's ugly, and I said, girl, ugly ain't the half, look at you. Well, you got blue teeth, and you only got 2 teeth, but I kinda like to see you smile.
Yeah, there you go. Maybe that's what we'll do.
Over the years, you've turned into a big old steaming pile, and she said, yeah, I know I ain't no supermodel. I said, you ain't a hand model, baby. Cause you're pretty ugly by most people's standards, but you're alright by
All right, so look, Justin says he'll be home in about 20 minutes, or 15 minutes. So I say, since we're not going to have a regular NSFW this week, because I have a show on Tuesday night, so NSFW will be a day early. It'll be on Monday night, and I'll be like at an airport hotel or some crap. And so with that being the case, I say let's watch videos and just do an old school BB Live show. So at least we're hanging out together. Yeah. Yeah, Night Attack, motherfucker. Oh, I don't think I ever played the latest batch of Captain Morgan's. Captain Morgan Night Attack. Does somebody have that third one? Let's see. Special massage. What have we here? Oh my god. Alright, hold on. We'll kick this up over here. Oops, right there. Yeah.
Doodle deedle doo, deedle boodle boo, beedle doodle doo, beedle boodle boo, boodle beedle boo, deedle deedle doo, boodle deedle doo, boodle deedle doo, boodle deedle dee, deedly deedly dee, boodle boodle boo, boodle deedle dee, boodle deedle dee, a boodle dee, a boodle dee 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 dee, boodle dee doo, boodle deedle deedle dee. Doodle doodle doo, boodle deedle doo, boodle deedle doodle doo, boodle deedle doodle doo, boodle doodle deedle doo, boodle deedle doo, boodle deedle deedle doodle deedle doodle doo, boodle deedle doodle doo, boodle boodle boodle. Boodle, 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 boodle. There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, there we go. It is the Boodle Deedle edition of Taylor Swift's I Knew You Were Trouble. And bitch, you better know we're trouble because we're coming.
That is awesome. Hold on, I just got to restart Skype. Then we got Justin Robert Young on the line. Sit tight because it's about to get epic. Boodle dee doodle dee boo boodle boo. All right. Calling gerbils. Calling gerbils. Gerbils. Yeah.
Woo!
How you doing, bud?
Oh my God, I'm very excited to be here.
Yeah, I'll bet. This is kind of a weird side-by-side action here.
What the hell's going on?
I don't know. It's weirdness. I might have fixed the pausing thing, or at least I said I did. But then I thought I caught a pause.
That's what you meant by pausing thing.
Yeah. What did you think?
I didn't know what you meant.
You're like,
That's why I asked you. And
You're
then
like,
you
what's wrong
didn't
with
say
taking
anything.
a pause? You just got to go. You just got to keep on going, bro. Can't look back. Oh, I'm in back. You're in front. That's why. Now I understand. For it has been made clear to my face.
Sure.
All right. So best. Hey, bro. Remember that time when we had an album more popular than Macklemore's for exactly 30 seconds?
Yeah, man. I'm gonna fuck some dogs. You're doing the chop here. I don't know whether that's on my side though.
I think it might be on your side because I'm looking good. I don't know. Are we getting? Yeah, you're not frozen, but you're not moving. Yeah, let me see where we're at right now. Wow, this is weird. It's saying that that I'm not broadcasting to some people whose names are Zach Holder. Dude. What is Okay, look, I'm gonna go and see what our album's at. Man, I'm so wiped. It's
All right.
my 3-day saga has finally come to an end. And I get to start it
dude,
again.
I totally hear you, man. I fucking like my Indianapolis trip, as fruitful as it was certainly marred by a very little amount of sleep. Like I had to wake up super early to get the game in gear, do the game, and then have an even earlier call time to get the fuck on the road and come back here. So I woke up in what is effectively like midnight my time zone to get to the airport, and then flew back, arrived here at around like 9:30 my time zone, which was another time at some other place. I don't know. I'm late. It's late. Shut up. I'm done.
Yeah. Okay. So we did this epic magic tour with me, Nate Staniforth, and Dan Martin. We had a show last night, and we wanted to do it right. So we're like, hey, let's all come in the day before, so we actually have time to work out a show flow that's not just like I'll do a set and then you do a set and then you do a set. And instead, we came up with these. We had great ambitions, and instead, my flight out of Austin got delayed by 7 hours and arrived in Baltimore at 3 a.m. And I slept on the floor of Baltimore long enough to lose my favorite jacket, which is a bummer, and then to arrive.
How did you lose it? Someone steal it off you?
I had it, and then at some point I didn't have it. Like maybe the bag as I was dragging around, something got loosened and opened and it rolled out, or I mean, who knows, right? But
yeah.
At any rate, All I know is like I suddenly just didn't have the bag anymore. There we go. And so I get into town just enough time to lay down for about an hour. So that's the 1 hour I saw a bed yesterday morning. And then showered up, did the 4.5 hour drive up to Canada, basically. Rolled in, immediately did our show. And in order to make the 6 a.m. flight that Nate had back in Albany, immediately turned around and rolled straight on back. And got there this morning, and then, it's like there was no opportunity to sleep until I got on the plane. When I did get on the plane, I finally did sleep. I slept, to Chicago, and then I slept from Chicago to Austin, so I got like 3 hours. And then as soon as I landed, my bags didn't make it again. That's right.
Wow.
I forgot also that my bags didn't make it at one point. And then so they didn't make it again, which sucked. And then I immediately had to run up and help out with the Austin Magic Club auction. And so I hopped on stage right away.
That's where I didn't quite understand. Like, so
there's an
like,
annual
at what
event.
point is that not a viable, like, sorry, bros, gotta bail on you kind of situation?
Well, mainly because I promised the people who put that on are people I love dearly and who are really good folk. And so it's one of those things where, like, said I'd do it, I'm going to do it. Let's go. And yeah, and plus also it's like, given that there are some people who don't like that Scam School exists, I don't want Scam School to be secular from the magic community. I want to be,
Sure.
a very visible part of it, doing good for the community. And so, and also I want to do good for the magic community. So they're definitely, and I'll show it to you, somebody, like, as I go out and walk on stage, like, these are the items you're auctioning. Also, here's a vest and a turban. And they put me out. And then I found myself holding up silks and demonstrating how silks work. And and with Johnny Zavant in the audience, just grinning ear to ear, like loving the fact that he's seeing me in a very, very traditional, very, local magic club looking role. But it was
Tell you
really
what,
great.
watch
seeing
your
it.
fucking smiles, Johnny. You're the motherfucker at the magic auction.
Yeah.
I don't know how much you can
Oh,
be
no,
like,
no, no.
look
I
at
mean,
the
it was-
idiot up on stage.
It was not in any kind of snarky way. I mean, it was very,
I know.
very good nature. But it was.
I'm being snarky.
Yeah, no, it was funny, man. It was great. And what was the other thing? So I did that, and then once I wrapped up, like, I was supposed to hang around and help with the illusions and stuff. I was like, I got to get out of here. I can't do it. So I just got home minutes ago. Oh, that's right. Like, between my sets, I sat there the whole time. That's why I was like a full-on Twitter bombaree, just, mashing and sending and forwarding and all that stuff. I feel bad for all the new followers that I got recently because they're all like, who is this asshole? And, this guy just loves to
Dude, I
pimp
totally
his
hear
elbow.
you because I just got a bunch of new followers last night because a tweet that I made wound up getting picked up by a bunch of people and got like retweeted by Slate.
Oh, no shit.
And like,
What
yeah,
was
so
it?
like the Slate people started following me. Like the Slate account followed me last night. And then like today it's just all like, hey, fucking boners and weed smoke. What's going on, bros?
Okay, so
Which is like good because fuck Slate. Who cares a fuck?
so I send out an email. I was saying that this is how you know how excited I was about it. That I actually wrote an email to my magic mailing list, which is peripherally aware of this horse shit that I do, right?
Yeah.
And so I sent out an email like, how do you put into words, your the fact that, hi, you know me for doing a magic show. If you're interested, I'm gonna say some shit in this email and see if you're the kind of person who would think that this shit is funny. So it's like I ended up compromising, saying, howdy gang, sorry it's been so long since my last email. Here's the thing. Today I released a comedy album with my NSFW co-host, Justin Robert Young. It's called Night Attack 2, and it's 2 hours of our most horrifically inappropriate conversations. So I figured, like, that's their first warning, right?
Yeah.
And then, okay, here we go. of our most horrifically inappropriate conversations. These tracks are about, there are tracks about unintentional erections, time-traveling racists, and wish-granting animal fairies. I think it's very, very funny, but wow, are we inappropriate. The most surprising thing, as I type this email, it's also iTunes' #1 comedy album in the United States, UK, and in Canada, where iTunes 35 best-selling album, full stop, in the US. The album's only $3.99. We'd love to roll it forward. If this sounds like a funny album, please pick it up, as this is our strongest our push will ever be. If it sounds terrible, but you like me as a person, then just buy it for $4 and never listen. In fact, this may be the safest option for many of you. And they gave links. And it was like, P.S., like, do it now, not later. P.P.S., and I linked to Miss Jackie Hearn's awesome thing. Updated. And then finally, Mom, I know you're on this fan list. Please buy my album, but I'm totally okay with you not listening to it. And shortly thereafter, let me see if I can find it. I got an email from. Here we go. It just says, "Yes, I bought it right away," and you're correct. I will not listen to it.
That's funny.
That made me extraordinarily happy.
I sent the album to one of the guys in my progression of jerking off next to them.
One of the subjects. Was it Bachelor number 1, Bachelor number 2, or Bachelor number 3?
It was Bachelor number 3. I was like, he was just texting me last night, and I'm like, oh, here, check this out. I talk about jerking off next to you. It's hilarious.
and did he think it was funny?
I haven't heard back from him, so jury's out on that one. We'll see.
He says, I didn't know you had a history. I thought I was your first. I thought what we've had was special. It's like, bro, you were my first.
Actually, I'm very just excited that I had Brant edit it out, because I, for some reason, as like an idiot, I think during the original recordings, like I definitely used first names.
Yeah.
And then like for some of them, like I go into like fairly explicit detail where it's like, if somebody's like at least like a friend of mine, you can very easily point out who it is.
That's funny.
But yeah, no, that was definitely cool. The response has been amazing, as anything with chat room is.
Brant says, you said, quote, I should probably change these names, and then just kept using their actual names. My favorite question, somebody said, the way somebody framed it, and this of course was not the way we had intended it, but one quote said, it was a special massage versus gay not gay. I can't decide whether Schwood or Justin R. Young wins Night Attack 2. But he's like, but regardless, the chat realm wins. But it's like, yeah, those are some pretty epic, intimate stories either way.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know. I was wrestling with this on the jury live stream because, like, in general, I really hate memoirists. Like, I really just despise people who tried to kind of like gussy up their lives, like, gussy up mundane or kind of selfish or childish behavior in like flowery terms that kind of almost like excuse it, And I feel like this was kind of an opposite of that. I feel like it was an opposite of that in that we're very, very harsh and judging of ourselves more so than I think the audience would be, or at least like on the same level. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know where I was going with that other than I think it's funny. And I'm really glad that Special Massage is on there. And I'm really, I mean, I don't know how excited I am that Gay or Not Gay is on there, but if people like it, then I'm excited that they like it.
Certainly you could be glad that it's gotten such a positive reception.
Certainly so. And the reviews on iTunes are hilarious. I don't know if you've read the reviews on iTunes. They're really good. Although I'll tell you what, let's actually go in because the mailing list, which I don't know what we're going to do with the mailing list now, because like it's totally like a functioning fucking mailing list and MailChimp's kind of awesome.
Well, let's just keep throwing shit out, man. Let's keep everyone posted.
But yeah, no, definitely.
Let's see. We got here greatest comedy album ever. They should be embarrassed that Night Attack 1 even exists in contrast to the shining perfection of comedy genius. The best thing you can buy today. You will laugh. It was funny. Pure awesomeness. Night Attack 2 is fun, hands down the funniest comedy album ever. A must buy. I'm giving myself a jaunty jerky just thinking about how awesome this is. Kick a hobo in the groin.
All right, here. Did you read? Were you on the list of?
Yeah.
For
that's what I needed. I needed to call it up because I wanted to listen to the Captain Morgan one. Because I believe we don't ever have in any of the Captain Morgan outtakes that one type. Like we have the off race car one, not the one where we turn.
You
want to
know what? I didn't put it on the final one for this reason because like there was another joke that I had in there that was like the similar joke that I liked better.
Yeah.
Where you asked like what race was he? And Captain Morgan says at a short sprint.
Yeah.
And I thought that like it was just it would play weird. It would play crude. I guess that was what I was worried. Is that
well, it was crude. It was crude, and I think it was the right call for sure. But I did for as excited as we were about that for like 5 minutes. I was surprised that it ended up being cut.
Yeah, it was just it just felt kind of weird, and also it was one of those things where it just kind of felt like where all the other Captain Morgan stuff kind of feels funnier when it's out of context.
Right.
Like that one kind of felt racist for the sake of racism.
Which it just may have been. Who's to say? There we go. Captain Morgan Volume 3. Yeah. I wonder how these little Captain Morgan things are gonna live. I mean, it's I don't know. People fucking really like Captain Morgan though. He was a very popular guy. Yeah. I can't believe this is only $4. Best comedy I've ever heard. No, you got to go to the I crap my pants or whatever. That's the one you got to get to. It's pretty fucking amazing. Here's TV's Egons. I like recognizing the names. DM Picone. I'd give my third leg for more of this. Let's see. This garden is enjoyable. Blows black water out of the water. Man, Bonnie was really enamored by the idea of the jaunty jerk. She thinks that phrase is hilarious. Uh-huh. She may have repeatedly in casual conversations pantomime giving a jaunty jerk. That's awesome. Let's see. Wait, which one is this one? Something about crap. Holy crap, my pants. Here it is. I was having a terrible morning until I got on Facebook and saw that the Bri and the Gerbs had finally released the follow-up to their first mind-shatteringly hilarious debut comedy album. This has actually, no joke, inspired me to get an iTunes account, and this is my first ever purchase. When I clicked buy, a rainbow crashed through my window, spraying shards of glass into my face and filling the air with the scent of strawberries. The sky cracked open, and the heavenly host blew a fanfare that knocked down walls and shattered all the rest of the windows in my neighborhood. I was lifted up on a column of scalding steam, and a pair of terrifying, flaming sword-wielding cherubim placed their hands upon my head and imparted the full and glorious album directly into my mind. I laughed and shook and wept in uncontrollable convulsions. The cherubim said, "Thank you for using iTunes." And I was dropped 40 feet into my backyard, breaking both legs and a couple of ribs. I was only barely able to crawl to my computer and type this review. It was the best $3.99 I've ever spent. Yes. Yeah, no, that's amazing. Oh. I'll tell you what. I really feel like it's going to be interesting to see. Sweet Jesus. Like what we do on I guess. Oh, by the way, programming note. Monday we are going to be recording NSFW, right? Yeah, that's what I was just saying. Sorry, there's somebody here. Oh, Captain. Ahoy. Ahoy, Brian. That is utterly and fantastically amazing. I'm back.
Guess who's back in the motherfucking house? It's me, Brian, Captain Morgan.
Right.
You ever buttercupped a dog?
What does it mean to buttercup? How would one buttercup?
Yeah, poop in your hand and then rub it in the dog's face. Really show him who's boss.
That's called buttercupping.
I'm sick of them. I'm sick of them trying to run my world. It's a man's world. Ain't no room for those bitches.
All right.
Here's me, Brian. I'm here for you.
Captain Morgan. I would like to point out that we have 120. I'm not encouraging anyone to do otherwise, but we definitely have 122 5-star rivulets. We have 5-star rivulets of cum rolling down our chin from having sucked Chat Realm off because we love them so much. Bonnie was offended that I sent that marketing email to the email list because she's like, my parents are on that list, and now you just had to go tell them that you talk about inappropriate boners. I was like, all right.
I'll tell you what. At some point, you can't make a living off it or make money off it without having it be a secret that it's like doing porn. It's like you really just can't. You can only keep your porn career secret for so long.
Yeah. All right. So look, you want to take a moment and give the very long list of thank yous that we need to put out to the universe. I mean, first of all, thank you to Brant for coming through, being handed the last minute challenge of like, hey man, we dared ourselves to get this done in 3 weeks, and by us we mean you.
You.
And I guess along with that, John for having taken the first stab. Fully half the tracks were all John's. Started off as John's edits.
Yeah.
And selections.
I mean, listen, this has been something that's been a long time in the works, and not necessarily because we've been constantly working on it, because we've yelled at each other and then asked other people to do half the work. So, and by half the work, I mean 90% of all the actual work and none of the fun stuff. So yeah, no, it's absolutely. This is Brant's album. This is John's album. This is Chat Realm's album. I mean, we probably would have tried to do the first Night Attack and then gotten frustrated with it and probably never picked it up if it weren't for the fact that Chat Realm kept asking for it. So I mean, it's primarily Brant, John, and then of course Chat Realm, as they are with everything, was just absolutely fucking amazing.
But if we could give a Chat Realm MVP for promotions, I mean, can we just go ahead and declare that for Jackie Hearn? I mean, that was amazing.
Yeah,
it was amazing. And the only thing I feel bad about is Jackie's quality was so good that I could tell that she pushed herself harder than was maybe fun to do for the Animal Fairy one, which is super good and super funny. But it just sounded like if doing it brought you any stress, Jackie, that's not. We would much rather you be unstressed and happy than have it be something.
Well, I mean,
that's
listen.
work.
The hope is that we create kind of a fun energy that is copacetic to be a part of, that the fun, the creative umbrella of Chat Realm is such that it is a safe space to do fun stuff and to show off with your friends. So, I'm glad that in any way, if we could create or be a part of that, that's awesome. And as always, it is the great joy of having a collaborative community that you can just do something, a little bit of something, and then they take it to a whole nother level.
So, well, and of course, I'm thinking about Neshcom, about Bryce's mix.
Oh, God,
just amazing. And I don't know if Bryce is watching, but Bryce, those are yours. You were kind enough to loan them to us to put on our album, but you own those, and you can, if you want to put them on your YouTube channel, we'll point everyone to them, and you can rack up all the views and the credit and everything. I mean, it's they're fantastic and they're great, and I love that it added just a little polish and class to the whole experience. That it's this meditation on the bizarre 2-hour journey that you just took.
Yeah. I mean, to have a fucking techno song to Abe's Labes is just an amazing experience. And the Animal Fairy one is fucking like just really, really great.
Actually, I'm partial, maybe just because the way he made it sound of the superhero one, where it's just nothing but Brian singing about how great he is.
Yeah,
how Justin's a piece of shit.
The funny thing is, like, that one's like an actual techno song.
Yeah,
like, it's not even like it doesn't. Unlike the other ones, it doesn't really hold to like us trying to tell the story musically.
Right.
It really is just Brian fucking talking about how great he is, and then me just screaming, "Cowardice, cowardice! I live in fear."
I kind of loved it.
But yeah, no. If there's another reason to get to the end of the album, man, there are some fucking awesome techno remixes on there. I don't know if any of them are really viable to like use as ringtones, because I think they all, maybe the superhero one you could use as a ringtone and not have it be like have somebody scream cunt in the middle of it.
Yeah, man. So what else? I guess that's it. It really happened. And really, like Bonnie was asking, you know, how many do you think you sold to? Like, she just wants to know how many albums we sold. Because I'll tell you what, man. Once we got in the rhythm, once we got in the groove, once we weren't doing other shit, and we were like, "This is a thing, we're gonna get it done." We busted this out pretty quick, and I think, I think if Double Dog dared, we could have something in 3 months. But please don't Double Dog dare us, because I'd rather not try to wring something out that fast. But like,
yeah,
but like, I think we could do another one by the end of the year.
You know, I'll tell you what. I think it's like right now. I think the biggest problem, or the challenge for us, is not being able to do it. You know, it's giving other projects kind of their room to breathe. And I think like now it is, we're literally all in with Ruin 'Em. Like this is going to be the summer of Ruin 'Em, and we'll figure that out. So it's like I would lean more toward doing like a free or super cheap kind of promo Night Attack-ish Ruin 'Em themed kind of thing. I mean, like, rest assured, there's always going to be room for me and Brian to fucking yell at each other and stuff like that. And really, like, what's more interesting to me is, you know, especially if people want to do visual representations of us yelling at each other, like that we've long had an idea of maybe it's not a daily thing, but like, you know, we kind of just continually record Night Attack sort of tracks.
You know what? What if we? You want to kick this idea out to chat realm and let them know what the original vision was? Because I mean, I think it's safe to say there's no way we will be able to do the real original vision anytime in the next 2 years. But like when a story breaks, if people who want to play it, looking at you, Jackie Hearn, were to contact and say, "Here's the subject matter. You want to roll with it?" Then I think we could throw together a team of superheroes and do it, and then bust it out and start dominating that viral market.
Yeah, you know, I don't know if our original idea of like getting out, like, oh well, like Mitt Romney says Binders full of women, and then we bust out a really funny 2 minutes on Binders full of women, and it blows up on YouTube, is necessarily our strength. Or if it's like we have a really funny conversation, we edit it down to like a fucking great 1.5 minutes, and then we just have like, you know, the visual, it's a little bit more evergreen, and we have like the visual artistry of like Jackie or somebody else who wants to do animation or something like that, just really like make it its own thing. So it's not, it has like the original purpose of Night Attack, so it's not just like us taking shit from our podcast like Kevin Smith and stuff does.
Right.
It's made for that, you know. Yeah. But I don't know. I'll tell you what, it's a great idea, and it's
Whoa,
amazing
Tom Z
to kind
is
of see
saying,
those opportunities open up.
Tom Z is saying that Reddit took down the links to the video.
Yeah, I think the problem was we put up buy the album, like that was like the first comment, like, so everybody just rolled in and was like, hey, Diamond Club, buy our shit. And Reddit is like fucking allergic to anything that even smells like advertising, you know? Which is odd, because like they didn't have a problem when we were blatantly advertising Night Attack. or Diamond Club
Diamond
or whatever,
Club,
when
yeah,
it was
yeah.
like, hey,
Well,
literally fucking just buy our shit.
Well, that's because we came groveling on hands and knees and being all saying like, anyone need their balls licked? Reddit? Any, preferably a white atheist? Any white atheists need their balls licked? Because we love them.
I mean, I don't quite remember it going like that.
It's probably how it read to them. They really are. They're like, yeah, we like fucking cats too. And recycled shit over and over again. We love all, yeah. Imager. Yeah, fuck all the other services.
Yeah. Eat shit, Imager.
What?
What?
No, you
Who
can't
said
say
that?
that. You can't say that. You have to yeah, whatever. I'm just gonna get in trouble. This is not gonna end well.
No, go ahead. Let's get in trouble.
Well, just the it's astonishing. Like somebody posts original work with their that they have created, and Reddit's response is, "Fuck you, self promotion. Get out of here, Ali Spagnola." Somebody else posts the work uncredited and thrown on Imager, so it just it's just out there, and I'm just awesome for having found it. Fucking hooray! You're awesome. Reddit is the best.
Yeah.
Also, there's no God.
Exactly. Let's go catch a serial killer.
What is that?
Oh, you didn't hear about that? That was like their thing. They had like our find the Boston fucking
Oh, Jesus.
marathon bomber thread. And it was just them like looking at pictures being like, I don't know. What about the guy in the purple hat? He looks suspicious. And then like as like CNN was like eating their own shit, they were all just like, yeah, we're better than CNN. We're the fucking best ever. And then like they had kind of like come up with this theory that this dude who was missing from Brown University, who was like a missing persons, was one of the bombers. And like they had like a big thread on it. And then like for a hot minute, somebody reported incorrectly that they were right. That like that what the one dude was actually a bomber. And like when I went to sleep on Thursday night,
Yeah.
which is like 2:00 in the morning Eastern time, I went to sleep thinking they were right. And then
Wow.
like woke up the next morning being like, oh yeah, by the way, that guy who's an actual missing person from Brown, turns out that he actually wasn't the bomber, and we just kind of defamed his name and his family's.
Congratulations. It's what is it? The guy from Atlanta. I can remember the guy who wasn't the
Richard-
bomber. Richard Jewell.
Richard Jewell,
Yeah.
right?
Congratulations, Richard Jewell, part 2.
So
Well,
NSFW Ben says the rumor wasn't helped by the fact that his name actually went out over the police scanners, which is fine. Like, like I'm not blaming them for the name going out over the police scanners. Like, I'm just saying that it was wrong, and then they were like fucking jumping up and down about like, we did it!
Yeah.
We cracked the fucking case!
Yeah.
Fuck everybody! And then it's like, oh yeah, by the way, you just pulled the exact same shit that fucking CNN did, except worse because you personally targeted somebody.
right. And double
LOL.
worse. Double worse because like CNN has a consistent identity and will have that on its record. Reddit, being a collection of people, will instantly forget that it ever did it and just say like, wasn't me, bro. Like, no, I totally remember. I voted it down. If it says up, then that was like a slip or a mistake.
I think what's it called? Rebecca Watson retweeted something that was very funny. That was like, Reddit has narrowed down the Boston Marathon suspects to the guy on the roof, EA Games, and all women.
I will give a standing belly clap to Rebecca Watson on that one.
Yeah, I don't know if it was her or she retweeted it, but it was very funny.
Oh, that's awesome.
Hey Brian, can I make a admission?
Admission?
Admission.
Yeah.
I'm gonna admit something to you.
Yeah.
So last night, after all this fucking shit wrapped up, all the Boston Marathon bomber terror thing wrapped up,
You blamed me
and
publicly.
it was like a big day, right?
Yeah.
I tweeted out, and this is what got picked up by Slate and everything. The tweet was, hey, remember when you watched 24 and you were like, how can all that shit happen in one day?
Yeah.
Like, and so that got retweeted. It was like fucking all over the place. I was getting like 50 fucking replies a second. Like I think people said it was trending in various cities, but I didn't check whether it was trending worldwide or whatever. I've never seen an episode of 24.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's, you kind of don't have to, I mean, to be honest.
No.
To be honest.
I mean, obviously you don't.
No,
I made the joke.
And to be honest, that's probably why it resonated, because most of the people forwarding shit probably hadn't watched it. It's just, but it's like everyone gets the conceit of it, and because you speak to what it's actually thought of as and not what it, you didn't get entangled with what it actually was.
I didn't get like granular where it's like, fuck, I'm naming villains from like season 3 and like nobody knows what the fuck I'm talking about.
Yeah, or even being accurate. But yeah, it certainly felt that way, because it was like every episode was fucking way to go, Brant. I like that.
Wrote a game show without playing games, tweets about a show he didn't watch and has a trend
Classic
on Twitter.
Justin.
Fucking writes a magic blog without fucking being a magician. Dude, this is my shtick.
This is what I do. Fucking do a comedy album without either of us being comedians.
Without being funny.
It's weird when you try to put it into words. You're like, we're just two people talking about our boners, bro. Is that going to be Night Attack 3? Boners, bro.
I mean, listen, there's a market for it. Like, it's one of those things that, like, I was shocked that after our first one that it's not that the entire comedy charts just aren't, like, standalone silly things, because like I feel like it's just for some reason podcast people just have a problem like putting into context
or perceiving that what they're doing has value, especially when it's curated. And again, this is going to go back to pat on the back. I was about to say stroke off, but I'm like, that's not an appropriate thing to say about someone in your employ. To pat on the back to Brant for like it's abrupt that we start off with all boners the first third, and then we move into
racism,
getting drunk first, right?
Oh, drug and drunk talk and shit.
Yeah, and then we get racy with the racism, and by the way, there's a couple of delightfully just absurdist tracks that are really stand out as being very innocent compared to the others. Like weirdly, like Fuckable Monsters is kind of just an awesome side romp. Like you could totally picture two 14-year-olds almost coming to blows over it.
And blows and being the operative word in that particular track, which I mean that's a track that talks about fucking very literal dog fucking and Nazis and like.
Yeah. But that's the best.
I don't know if I would put innocent in the same sentence with
and
that
you
one.
must finish. Somebody just tweeted me out of nowhere, just quote, or Etchwood quote, werewolves be living, right? Or werewolves be alive, right?
I think my favorite part after having listened to it a couple of times is the Fatty Arbuckle stuff and the Blob, which is pretty much the same voice, but just the insatiable fuck monster.
Yeah.
In Fuckable Monsters, the Blob just being like, pick a fold and fuck it. Which, by the way, that is a phrase that has stuck with me. I saw it in a porno magazine like when I was 13 or 14. It was just a fat lady and it just said pick a fold and fuck it. And that's kind of stuck with me. I was glad to be able to use it.
Wow. Man, I'll tell you I love
can you comment on Neshcom pointing out that Slave School didn't make the cut?
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Yes, we realized that
well,
one
we cut Slaves.
Yes. Yes. I almost want to play it. I mean, I don't mind it being out there. I just don't want it to be officially sanctioned track. It was just dipping. It was another take on what we had already done in other stuff. But it was
short. It was short. Very short, and it was very drunk. Like it was during the Captain Morgan sessions,
and it was like a base hit where it's like you're like, that's kind of funny. Those two guys are drunk, kind of going off a tear. But meanwhile, in order to get that mild euphoria, like we had to fucking expose ourselves to massive liability. It was pure liability for a modest chuckle.
I mean, it was kind of like it was a larger version of the reason why I didn't put the race car track, the Captain Morgan race car track on there, because
if anything is going to be tailor-made,
is literally in both of those tracks, it's just naming races in a negative. And Slave School is worse than Captain Morgan, where it's just like we're literally just listing races to enslave.
Or races that used to be slaves, but
but that you're teaching people how to enslave. That's like the point.
That was the conceit. Well, and it was all because, and it wasn't like, hey man, let's make a statement about society by making a track about enslaving people. It was
you
like somebody
want to reenact it. I feel like we could reenact it.
All right,
like
somebody misspoke something is what it was, right?
No, all right, yeah, okay. Well, here's how it goes. You start out by bitching about people who are asking you when the next Scam School is coming out.
Oh, yeah. So it's like, man, what is it? Like, I get people on Twitter saying, when's the next Scam School coming out? I'm like, I don't know. How about fucking Wednesday night, just like a million other fucking, just for 5 years, like always.
Hey, man, I love Scam School. When are you going to teach how to run a slavery ring?
And it just goes down from there. And then basically, that's Justin laying out the challenge, and then me drunk enough to just dive headfirst into it and just rub that career-ending shit on my face. And you're like, are you impressed, Justin?
Well, yeah, and then he mispronounces slavery as savely, and then it goes into a whole thing about how we can help you save money. Because the funny thing is, like, that's the copy of the album that I have is the copy that we got before we wound up cutting it. And again, it's not that it's not funny. I think it is very funny. It's just one of those things that, like, it's hard to that one's hard to justify. I didn't want anything on that album that we couldn't fucking just be totally comfortable
well,
oh, that's hilarious.
Time Traveling Racist is like, look, it's like, look, we just want an absurdist thing with a controversial topic or with a controversial figure made into a cartoon and play mixed up history. I mean, there's clearly no malice or hate in there. There's nothing in there. Nothing that could be taken that way, I think.
And by the way, let me just say this about Time Machine Racist. The ending always gets me. I never see the ending coming.
Oh, dude, yes.
It's always amazing.
Dude, the one part that always makes me cackle is is when they encounter his grandmother. And she just
yeah. She meant the bagel bite.
Like, it's awesome hearing you get into character as somebody who just really likes those bagel bites.
Oh, she loves the shit out of them. Fuck it, there's nothing she loves more. For me, the line that kills me is Abe Lincoln, his reasoning for why MLK, when he's trying to tank, why he's not good at pool.
And he sounds like such a petulant brat when he says it.
Yeah. Abe Lincoln really just gets it hard on a couple tracks.
You thought Abe Lincoln got it hard in BioShock Infinite. Well, that's nothing compared to what he gets in this album.
Oh, no. He gets...
All right. Rabbit Badger's getting upset that we're giving genuine spoilers. We're trying to talk around them.
To be honest, man, it ain't about what we say. It's how we get there, you know? Like, I don't think it's... It's a big thing. Don't worry about it. But, yeah, man. I mean, again, thank you to... And let me just say this also. I think we skipped over something because, like, John's involvement in the album wasn't just making that first cut. He was our emissary to CD Baby to make this happen, and that's like it's not possible without John.
Absolutely.
And CD Baby.
Ben Hubbard at CD Baby. If anyone could track down his Twitter and just thank him. In fact, let's see if we can do that now. It's Ben Hubbard at CD Baby. HUBBIRD, I think. I'm sure the chat room will have it in there instantly. If we could take a moment and just sort of slam them with 30 or 40 at replies saying, "Hey, just heard the guys thank you on the live stream for getting this out on time. You know, I love it. My favorite track is Fatty Arbuckle." Party Monster. What was it called?
Oh, City Killer.
City Killer.
I think. Now I'm gonna get my whole elbow in.
Yeah, man. I think. Okay, so here's the question: is there anybody that? Okay, First of all, I assume we're on the same page where we both feel like the quality of Night Attack 2 indisputably is superior to Night Attack 1, right?
Oh, I don't think that's a question.
Yeah. Okay. Is there any circle of people, because the second one is so much better, that you would feel good about like saying, no, I think you should listen to it. I mean, granted, it's going to be filthy, but I think you should listen to it. That you did not feel like doing that with Night Attack 1, because Night Attack 1 was, a little bit meandery and thrown together.
Well, I think the thing about Night Attack 2 is that there really is. It's more of everything. I mean, it's longer than Night Attack 1. It's also grosser than Night Attack 1. I think when it gets offensive, it's more offensive than Night Attack 1. But I mean, the point is we live and die by it, and it's pretty funny. And Tom Duarte, man, I'll tell you what, Canada fucking loves their comedy. We're number 1 and 2. And in the American charts, we're number 1 and 10. We got Night Attack 1 on the top 10 comedy charts as well.
And that's amazing because I don't think we ever even asked about it. I think we may have mentioned offhandedly during the show, but that's awesome.
No, that's a long tail thing, right? Like, the more we do them, the more we kind of shake that fucking tree.
Yeah, Neshcom points out, hey, Neshcom, you fucking wrote tracks on a legitimate, straight up top 40 album. Take that to the bank. Like, we know, like, me and Justin, like, know we're frauds because we're just talking words, but you made actual music that is, no fucking lie, a top 40 on a top 40 album. Trey Warren wants to know what we stand to make off this. I figure we probably sold maybe 1,200 albums today, but we sold them all together, which is why we did so well. So I figure $4, you got a pie of like $5 or $6 grand. You figure a third of that to iTunes,
goes to Apple,
and then another 10% to CD Baby or some shit. So maybe $2,000 a piece. Somebody like just says Zombie today. Jesus here going, show your scrote. I think
for some reason, all
right,
let me just tell you where I thought that track was going to go, because what I wanted to get into was like a legitimate presidential campaign having that as part of the stump speech.
Yes.
Like maybe like it happened spontaneously one time, and then the next time like he puts a staffer in the audience to start the chant. But he's like, oh yeah, he finishes his speech. It's like, show your scrote, show your scrote. And he's like, you guys want to see my
Wait, hold on, you froze. The aide said, show your scrote, show your scrote.
Yeah, and then like the candidate's like, you guys want to see my scrote? And everyone's like, yeah. And he's like, I don't know, America. I can't hear you. Do you want to see my scrote? Ah! And then like he pulls it out, and it's like an old man's fucking like white pubic hair fucking scrote. And everyone like just goes bananas and shit, and then he wins the presidency.
I thought I was rather proud of my whole like gender equality scrotes labes.
No, where it went was funny, was incredibly funny. But that's like that's like whenever you go into those things, it's like it's just always funny to see where it goes, because it always meanders in such weird ways.
Free Lunches says, joke's on you, America. I'm showing you my labes.
Oh no.
Abe's labes. That's one thing I'm genuinely sad about. I was so Mary Todd Lincoln, hot as fuck. I was so excited to build up and so drunk, because that is from that drunk night. Like that track is from the Forbidden Tracks.
Abe's labes?
Yeah. I mean,
awesome.
So
that's the only thing that made it off of the abort sessions.
Correct. I think so. But I was so excited to say it that I ended up saying labes abes, which pissed me off.
Yeah, that's part of the fun though.
That's why you needed to practice the jaunty jerk, because then I wouldn't have stumbled on there. You got to do your scales.
No, the one thing that always gets me is I fuck up. I stumble on the Tyrion Lannister.
Would you
fuck my
believe?
sister in the ass line.
Oh yeah. Oils my ears with. Yeah. Oh, there's well, it's funny because you go back and you hear, and again, all of it as the child, like when you say, "It's me, the old Gentile hobo," but then like I could tell, like what you meant was genteel, which is in the context, but you said Gentile and you covered it with by Gentile. I mean, you're not Jewish.
Which is oftentimes the funnier element of it, you know, is the path. And I mean, that's the fun part, is that there's like a trust there between me and you that's like, that makes that shit funny, you know, that like, even when we fuck up, that we cover, either we blow it up and make it funny, or we cover for it and make it funny, you know?
Right. Well, talking about covering up, I feel like we should inoculate against something that will never happen. Rabbit Badger says, I still want to hear the Pendulette Sings one. And like, we'll never release those because I
don't know what you're talking about.
They're not,
I mean, Pendulette's great. He's awesome.
He's
amazing.
He's great. And it's because we respect that we would never.
He's the best.
He is awesome.
I don't know. I mean, I'm searching in my head. I can't think of the track that he's talking about.
Shouldn't. A White, they most definitely are not on a directory because yeah. Free Lunches says you shouldn't release that one. Wink. Oh, MacBook Pro wants to know how many of the recordings from last year. Half the album is from last year, isn't it? Let's break it down.
Yeah,
let's here. Can I listen to? I guess I'll go to CD Baby or some shit. Get this. This is something I didn't plan on. Somebody bought the album based on the samples. Like they went and they clicked and they're like, and they heard enough to be like, oh, this is funny, and they jumped in. For some reason,
that's cool.
That never even occurred to me that could happen.
All right, so here, Go was recorded last year. Hobo Joe was recorded last year. Jaunty Jerk was recorded last year.
Yeah.
Special Massage, Gay Not Gay,
real
Night's
quick.
Oil.
Real quick, on that same note, how many of these in the final cut that Brant put together were conversations that you either didn't remember any of or remembered little enough that you were genuinely curious where it was where it was headed?
Most of them. I mean, like I remembered elements from some of them, like that we talked about a lot. But there were a lot of them that I was just like, wow, I wonder what the fuck I'm gonna say.
Yeah. Well, and also Special Massage, I was not a fan of the track. Not because I was, ashamed or worried about it getting out there, but mainly because it was telling Justin was the first time I had ever told the story. And I've since in personal conversation told it very well. And there's and I hope this isn't a spoiler for you, Rabbit Badger, because it's like the third track or whatever. But like I now there's a beat where when I look down, I have a full on raging weeping boner, which is like, I love raging weeping because it implies that, because it was like there's that second level to it that you're like is too visceral. But then also when I'm explaining, I think I used the phrase "awk swindled" or whatever, which was too high-minded and didn't go anywhere. But Rabbit Badger, like as I'm giving her money, like as I'm paying her, I realize that what I'm paying her amounts to like boner hush money. Like, but even though I didn't know it at the time, and I loved that phrase boner hush money. I feel like that should be like an album title or something.
Sure. Well, to be honest, I think you can't replicate that kind of honesty.
Right. Well,
and I think that's kind of what makes it what makes it special. And like, because you wanted to re-record that one, and I was kind of against it because I very much believed
also
that like that first, like you getting through and telling it and being kind of unsure of yourself, like that's like part of why I found it really funny.
Well, this might be, and it might be something that Brant can chime in the chat room, but my frustration with the track was, in your attempt to continue to try to see where it was going, and the best moment in there, somebody just tweeted me out of nowhere. It was like, quote, just take the jerk, you queer. like that moment. Like, there are great moments like that, but there was enough other attempts like that for me, listening to the track, it was like there was like 7 times in a row that I started to say a sentence and then got interrupted, and then like somewhere around the 6th and 7th time that it happened, I started to hate the track. But thankfully, Brant was able to take your best hits out of those and instead craft it into a more
Yeah, I'll tell you what, it was. I think it worked out really well. Whatever happened, man. I don't remember.
"Gay Not Gay" was the original cut.
Yeah.
And I guess for the record, like the one we did a year and a half ago was essentially just all dick tracks. Nothing but.
Oh
but
no,
dicks.
it was all dick and jerk off. So Dracula Turkey was a year ago. Fuckable Monsters actually got recorded in the Oakland sessions. I fucked up the recording on that.
I think it was also we just didn't have a monitor. I think there's something messed up with the cable that I brought and plugged in, because like it happened briefly here on this same microphone. I got to replace this cable.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I think it was my cable, but we didn't know that one of the mics had gone dead.
So yeah, so we had a whole day of shit that didn't get covered, including something that I think we should get back to, and hopefully, depending on elements of your life and possible elective surgeries that you might look to take. There's a really funny track about that I think we should keep in our pocket because that's really funny. So all right, Fuckable Monsters, we recorded. That was in the most recent Austin recording.
So of all the sessions, there was really a year and a half ago. There was Oakland was the first time we really picked it up and tried again.
Yeah.
Then there was follow-ups at South by Southwest, and then there was the drunk sessions like 2 weeks ago.
The last time I was there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Fuckable Monsters was South by Southwest. Most Terrified was a year ago. PSA was South by Southwest.
Wait, was it? Oh, yeah, that's right. It was, because that one was live, as was Animal Fairy. Okay, but...
And that was one, PSA, for the record, had been a joke with us personally for months.
Yeah.
Like, don't drink and text while
No.
driving.
I would
Like,
say
that's
over
like
a year, because I remember. I think it goes back to BB Live show days where like you were kind of confessing. We were all like, "Hey man, I drive around a lot and I text a lot, and also, and I'm like, and also like sometimes I'll drink and then I gotta go somewhere, and you're like, and I'm like, man, I've been in those situations, but." You know, it's over the line, and then like it was one of those things where neither of us invented it for the other because we were quietly doing the dance and admitting that we both truly believed that
I feel
not
like
okay.
It was not a joke. Like it was like a serious thing that like both of us have probably been behind the wheel too drunk and then like realize that like we can hold our shit together on maybe one beer too many behind the wheel, but as soon as you fucking go to text, man, you're fucked.
Yeah, and like it was an honest, like, hey bro, it really is over the line. You're like, oh, I know, and then it's what? Oh,
hello.
Yes, you're on.
This is really upsetting to me. It's like my biggest fear, and I think that's the worst thing in the world is to have one too many beers behind the thing.
I agree. You should not have too many.
Yeah. Drink responsibly.
Yes.
Do not do Allie's power hour and expect to go anywhere.
No.
In life.
Yeah, you're fucked.
Talk in
Hello.
But PSA, and that was one, Brian, you didn't want to do it initially. You didn't want to put your name on that one.
No, and man, going back, it's one of those moments where it was just
but then the track turned out really funny. As soon as like the track was as funny as it was different.
Yeah. Well, it was also that perfect balance. Like you read about musicians who are all talented and they all just find the groove and go for it. Cause like there's so many moments in improv. Like you didn't know that I was going to take the PSA ad in the direction of drinking dude texts, texting dude drinks. They run into each other and all that stuff.
No,
that was
definitely.
all live and improv and just came out of nowhere. Okay, so Jerkin Jerry the Pukin Panhandler.
That was South by.
Yeah, was it?
It was.
Okay, I the more I think about it, the more I'm certain that the evening story and the morning story were two different times. But I don't care. It's such a better story that way.
Absolutely. Blackout During the App was a year and a half ago. Animal Fairy was South by. Time Machine Racist was Oakland.
Wow.
Racist Justin
was a year and a half ago.
That was a year
And
and a
that
half
was
ago.
live.
And that was one that actually stopped recording. Like we got to Racist Justin, and you not only did not find that track funny.
Well, okay, now keep in mind, the original edit, we were doing it like for an audience, and no. The one we did for an audience was where we just read the hateful script.
Oh, yeah. No, what didn't make it anywhere. But that was, and I was talking about this on the jury live stream, that it was the first time that I had ever told that story, and the person I was telling it to was more identifiable with my dad than with me as a 13-year-old.
Yeah.
So it's like, you looked at yourself as like, oh, well, like, this is a dad out of control, and that makes me uncomfortable because I am, in fact, a dad. And whereas I've always told that story as like, my dad was just this hurricane, this unknowable force or whatever. But that turned out to be funnier. Like, it's odd to me because, like, that, again, when we initially did that, like, it was done. The night was over. Like, we didn't record anymore because, like, it got into a serious conversation about fathers and sons and like responsibility and shit like that.
Well,
like
and
it was not a fun time anymore.
Well, and it was one of those things, especially when if you can remember the vibe of that, it was a different time. It was 2011 and or 2012, I guess. We were just getting started. And of course, we were busy with the Game On stuff. We wanted to cram stuff in, and the only thing we really had to go on was this postulate that we like held firm to. We just assumed that it had to be right, that us being in the same room equaled it will be more funny than us over Skype. And that was one of those tracks where I'm just like, man, we don't have direction or nothing. I mean, it's like I just want to cry for little. I want to go back in time and give a hug to little Justin, And then meanwhile, old grizzled Justin's like, don't touch me.
You're like,
what?
You're like, creepy old man, get away from me.
You're like, what is it with all these old men trying to touch me?
But to be honest, I mean, like, that was like that story, like that is proto Night Attack for me. Like my half of NSFW or the comedy albums, like really almost comes from that story. So Herbert Hoover was Oakland. City Killer was Oakland. Abe's Labes was the drunk Captain Morgan sessions. Animal Fairy was South by. Super, and then and then all the rest are all the remixes.
Yeah, pound
but
4882.
Yeah, a fair amount of all the tracks were still off that original album. So it was like, or the original cut. So it was a strong one. It was just we had kind of known it that we just sort of needed to take out some of the boner shit.
If you just ring the doorbell, we'll know you're dropping it off out front.
All right.
Or you could just
well, when Brian gets back, I'm gonna have to go because I've just gotten dinner plopped in front of me, and I'm going to eat it, and then I'm gonna watch Doctor Who.
Here's my wife. There.
Yes.
Sorry about that. It's what happened was remember I told you that my luggage got lost a second time. They're finally delivering it, and so
yes.
But okay, so as far as anyway, what just happened, bud?
Buzzing all the time.
Oh, sorry. What was I gonna say? There was something I wanted to say about. Somebody. I noticed that Jason Murphy retweeted to to his loading bar crew our album, and I called him about some other stuff, and he was most impressed with the photo for the cover. He was like, that photo is hilarious. Where did you come up with the idea for that? And I told him that, you know, I was like, that was just a natural photo at, you know, a friend's wedding. And for those of you who don't know the story, that's at Brett Rounceville's wedding with Katie.
And that was Ashley, right?
Yeah, Ashley took that
Did you
photo
take that?
with an iPhone. That's an iPhone photo, and that's at the Botanical Gardens in Berkeley. And the reason the subtitle is Enjoy the Garden is because there was like a list of rules. There was all those like do this, don't do that, do that, and then the last rule was enjoy the garden. And so our job now, here's Justin and I in suits, and we're working the parking part of everything. Like our job is to
everyone's
hand out
pitching
passes.
in for the wedding because it's a very small wedding.
Right. So our job is to stand around and we make a joke about like, you know, like some kind of Ricardo Montalban character saying like, enjoy the garden. And then it became this running gag that we would try to, we try to drop on each other. We'd be like one more like, oh, and one more thing. And then you're like, yeah, you're like, enjoy the garden.
Enjoy the garden.
And then you're like, you got him. And it was, you know, certainly associated with that photo. But Justin was the one in email. He says, man, I have no idea I don't know. I have any idea why, but I just want to call it Enjoy the Garden. Like that stuck with me. And I was like, fuck yes, do it. And let's make it in a fancy ass script. And plus it looks like, you know, with that background, it looks like we're, I don't know, some kind
in
of
a fucked up garden.
Yeah.
That you should enjoy.
Yes.
So who is Herbert Hoover?
Never.
Can you issue an official declaration?
Yes, dude.
On that?
You guys are idiots if you don't realize Herbert Hoover is the famous jazz musician who later became president of the United States.
President of the United States.
I mean, I thought that was
famous
pretty
Tripper Trill.
Yeah. Well, it's triple trill.
Because by the way, I'm pretty sure that we even cut. There's a reference.
Oh no! Oh yes! No! There is one reference which is more than I want to have be in there. That's how much I want Herbert Hoover to remain safe as president.
Yeah.
But there was another reference.
There was a reference.
It was
and
very
got
direct.
Cut, so we're holding it out. You're not gonna know, but it's
And none of you would care. None of you would care, but I would care. And
oh no, yeah. And let me just say this: if you know enough to care, you probably know.
Yes.
Just take a guess.
Yes.
You're probably right.
Whoever it is you're thinking, that's probably that person.
Yeah.
That's probably Herbert Hoover.
Andrew Main.
So racist Justin. Justin Robert Young, Hero, that was a year and a half ago, right?
Yeah, no, I went through the rest of them, but yeah, no, Justin Hero was that was a year and a half ago.
Pot Cliche Ghost was Oakland. City Killer was Oakland.
City Killer was Oakland.
Abe's Labes was
Drunk Tracks.
Was Drunk Tracks, yeah. And
then
then
we're into the remixes.
Everything else is remix, yeah.
All right. Well, here I gotta go because I got a big plate of sketty in front of me here, and I'm gonna eat it with my mouth.
Get the fuck out of here! Oh, hold on, we got a new album thing happening.
What?
I don't think this is how it's supposed to look for me, but here I'll show you what I'm getting. This is the way it's showing up for me. Unless those are just mock-ups. That's
what is that site?
This is T2T2's redoing the nsfwshow.com/album, but it looks like the fonts are a little bit off.
I say keep it. It's great. I think it's awesome. Comic Sans, baby.
Yeah, this was...
and yeah, so everybody knows it'll be on Amazon as soon as it's on Amazon. But we had to do it in this order, even beyond what we wanted to do in terms of storming the charts, just because since all that shit is all fucking super strange alchemy.
Yeah.
Like we had to have it established on iTunes before Amazon would price match it at that price, because otherwise it will jump the price. All right, guys. Well, here, I love you, and I will talk to you later. Again, enjoy the garden. This has been fucking amazing. Brian,
Dude.
I can't believe that we're kind of like at the end of this journey because it was really fun.
It was amazing. And like in some ways it was a 3-week dare, but in all the ways that matters, it was a 1.5 year long journey. And unlike the Chinese democracy thing, I feel like it's really fucking good. It's funny. We were funny on purpose. And I mean, to me, of all the things in our career, this was our Babe Ruth called shot, where it's like we're going to make Night Attack 2. It's going to be funnier and better than Night Attack 1. And we fucking did it. It was amazing.
Yeah, dude. No, it's pretty fucking nuts, man. And again, #1 album on iTunes, the comedy album, and number 10 comedy album for the original. And that's with, you know, all the big boys, which is fucking dope.
Yeah.
So, all right, gang. Love you.
All right, dude. Take care. Get lost. And there's that. Bye. So long, beautiful people. #1 comedy album in one day. Rabbit Badger, you got to finish it. I want to hear what you think about it. And we need your verdict on Gay Not Gay.